One of the questions I get asked is this: Esther, what exactly should I learn in Excel? And I understand why people ask. When you are just starting out in data analytics, Excel can feel overwhelming. There are so many tutorials on YouTube, so many courses online, so many people telling you different things. One person can tell you to learn pivot table, another person says master VLOOKUP, another person even tells you that you need Power Query, VBA, macros, and before you know it, you don't even know where to begin. And so if I were starting from scratch today, I wouldn't learn everything. I would not watch 100 random tutorials on YouTube. I wouldn't try to memorize hundreds of Excel functions, and I also would not spend months learning features I would never use. Instead, I'm going to follow a simple roadmap. I'm going to focus on learning the right things in the right order. And so, if I had to learn Excel all over again, this is exactly how I would do it. So, let's get started. The first thing I would do is to get comfortable with Excel itself. It might sound simple, but many beginners rush into formulas before they even understand the environment they are working in. So I'm going to learn things like what is a workbook, what is a worksheet, what are rows and columns, what is a cell, how do I save a file, how do I move around Excel quickly, how do I select data, how do I zoom in and zoom out. It might sound basic, but these are the foundations. And imagine trying to drive a car without knowing where the steering wheel or the brake pedal is. So before you learn to drive, the first thing that you would do is to get familiar with the car. And Excel is not different. So you need to understand the interface, everything in the environment before you start to learn the formulas. And so once I get comfortable navigating Excel, the next thing I would do is to learn formatting. How do I format my data in Excel? Why? And this is because presentation matters a lot. You can have the best analysis in the world, but if your spreadsheet looks messy, people may not even trust it. And so I would learn how to format numbers. I would learn how to format my dates. I would learn how to display currency correctly, change fonts, adjust alignment, use borders, wrap tests, merge cells when appropriate. I will learn how to fill handles, freeze pins, adjust row heights and column widths. These may seem like small things, but they make your work look clean. Now, after learning the interface, you understand the environment, the Excel environment, you understand how to format your data. The next thing is to learn formulas. Now, I'm not saying you should learn every function because you don't need to. Most professionals use the same group of functions repeatedly. And so if I were starting all over again, I would master functions like sum, average, mean, max, count, count A, if, and, or, round. Take your time with each of these formulas. Don't just memorize the syntax, understand when to use each of them, and most importantly, practice how to use them. Learning Excel is not just going online and watch how to use, learn how to do it, use them yourself, and then that is how it will stick. Now, this is where Excel starts to become useful in real world. The next thing that you need to learn is data cleaning, because real business data is rarely clean. Names are sometimes misspelled. There are some times that you would have extra spaces in your data. Dates are sometimes inconsistent as well. Many times you would see missing values. How do you handle them? These are the various things that you would learn. Now, duplicates are also usually everywhere. So I would spend time learning how to clean data. I would learn how to remove duplicates, use find and replace, flash fill, text to column, trim, using of upper, lower, proper, left, right, mid functions. If you can clean messy data efficiently, you're already building a skill that employers value. And many times I tell people that when you work on or when you analyze or build models or build dashboards on messy data, it means you're going to be giving out messy insights, incorrect insights, which will affect the decisions that the organizations would make. So if you don't learn how to clean data, it will be difficult for you to become relevant in this space. So cleaning of data is also part of the things that you must learn when learning Excel. And Excel has a lot of functions that can help you to clean your data. Now, this is one of the biggest turning points in learning Excel. I would learn lookup functions as early as possible. Today, I recommend learning XLOOKUP, but it is also very useful to understand VLOOKUP because many companies still use it. I use it personally, and this is one of the most used functions in Excel, so you must learn it. Then I would move to index and match. Why are these important? Because in real life your information is not always stored in one table. There will be a time that you would have different tables, right? Different Excel sheets, and you would need to bring them together. Maybe customer names are in one sheet, sales sheet would be in another, product also can have its own table or Excel sheet, and lookup function would help you to connect these pieces together. And when you understand that, you will realize why these functions are so powerful. Now, at this point, I will stop treating Excel like a notebook. Now, the next thing I would do is to learn tables, sorting, and filtering. At this point, I would stop treating Excel like a notebook. I would start treating it like a database. I would learn how to create Excel tables. I would learn how to sort data. I would learn how to filter information. I would learn how to use slicers. I would learn how to organize data sets properly. Tables make formulas easy. They make reporting also easy. And they also make working with large data sets much more enjoyable. Now, the next thing I would learn is pivot table. If there is one Excel feature that makes beginners look like professionals, it is pivot table. Yes, seriously. Pivot tables allows you to summarize thousands of rows of data in seconds. Now, imagine someone tells you which region generated the highest sales. What would you tell them? Which sales data performed best in the data? How much revenue did we make every month? Which product sold the most? Instead of spending hours using your formulas, a pivot table can answer those questions in just a few clicks. And this is one skill I would never skip. Now, the next thing I would learn is charts. Numbers are very, very important, but stories are usually memorable, and that's why I would learn charts next. I would not learn every chart. I would learn just the ones I would use most often. And these are bar charts, column charts, line charts, and combination charts. And more importantly, I would learn how to use each one because a good chart helps people to understand your message quickly. Now, the next thing I would do is to build projects, and this is where most learning actually happens. Watching tutorial would give you knowledge, but by the time you build projects, you practice what you are learning. It helps you to build your confidence. If I had to start all over again, I wouldn't wait until I feel ready or until I become an expert, until I learn all the functions. I will start building immediately. I would make a sales dashboard, a personal budget tracker, an inventory dashboard, an HR report, a student performance dashboard, a church attendance report, an expense tracker. I would do all these things in order to bring together everything that I've been learning over time. And the next thing I would do is to share, share, share. If you learn all these things, nobody will know what you're capable of when you don't share. And the goal is not for you to be perfect. The goal is just to practice, to make use of what you are learning. And every project is going to teach you something new because you're going to be getting errors, you're going to be making mistakes. And by the time you change or you correct those mistakes, you become confident. Now, finally, I would practice with real data. I would stop practicing with tiny data sets that have just 10 rows. I would download real data sets. I did a video recently on where you could get real data sets, so you can check it because that is what you will encounter in the workplace. There are so many places where you can get free data sets, and like I said, you can check the video out, everything is there. You can even use data sets shared by other learners online. Pretend you've just been hired as a data analyst. Ask business questions, clean the data, analyze it, build dashboards, draw insights from the analysis, and that is how you will improve. Many people will complain that there is no real data set. There are real data sets online, and I want you to also check the video out. You're going to get them. Be able to think outside the box. Don't just depend on the projects that people do online. Do your own research. Think about the industry that you're interested in. What are the kind of problem that they would want to answer? Do you understand? So these are the various things that you need to do. And if I had to start all over again, there are a few mistakes I would completely avoid. First, I wouldn't try to memorize every Excel function. I said it earlier. You don't need to. We don't use everything. Many people will tell you to learn VBA scripting using Excel, but there are some companies that don't even use VBA scripting. You can learn it for learning's sake, but they are not the important things that you need to learn. Many people would stop themselves from applying for jobs because they don't know how to use VBA or scripting yet, and that is very wrong. The second thing I wouldn't do is to spend months watching tutorials without practicing. Watching would give you information, but practice will build your skills. Practice will build your confidence, like I said earlier. Now, the third thing I wouldn't do is to feel ready before building projects. Projects are how you become ready. Now, the fourth thing is I wouldn't start with VBA or advanced automation. I said it earlier. Those are useful skills, but they are not where beginners should begin. Master the fundamentals first. Finally, I wouldn't ignore keyboard shortcuts. Learning a few shortcuts every week can make you faster and more productive. If you've watched this video this far, here is the biggest lesson I want you to remember. Excel is not difficult. It is just overwhelming because there are so many features there. But I want you to know that you don't need to learn everything. You only need to learn the right things in the right order. If you follow this roadmap, if you practice consistently and build real projects, you will make solid progress much faster than trying to learn everything at once. So I would like to hear from you. Which part of Excel are you currently struggling with right now? Let me know in the comment because it might become my next video. And if you would like me to turn this roadmap into free Excel learning checklist that you can follow, simply comment Excel below. And if enough people ask for it, I'll create and share it with you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who is just starting their Excel journey. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.